Good morning, afternoon, and evening all. This is Yorkie with part 2 of my playthrough. If you haven't seen part 1, make sure to click the little box in the basically in the video right here. I will send you through to part 1. But if you've already seen it, then let's continue straight into part 2. So, I think we should go do a race just to see what it's like. We'll go Ferrari this time. We'll go Fernando Alonso. Legend, I'll do 5 laps, yeah, race, just stick on clear for now, and we'll do USA as the track has changed. It is a very pretty looking track. It's also a track that I enjoy an awful lot, and yeah, we'll just see how good or how slow this Legend AI actually is. I do like that animation though. This little video of you jumping into the cockpit and engineer strapping you in, and it looks like the engineer is different each time you play. Whether that's different for each team. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, whether that's different for each team or basically just different each time you basically play the video. 10. We're going to notch this up a little bit because we know the back straight's quite a little longer. That. We're going to do that. And I think we're pretty much ready to go. Starting in 4th.
Clear.
Which is cool. That's a nice sound. That's good. I like that. Not too sure about that accelerating one. I didn't really match the speed that the car was coming out the pits, but the idle sound of the car was very cool, especially inside the garage with all the reverberations and echoes. Again here. Very nice. So, we're going to adjust stuff straight off the start, and I know the wheels spin an awful lot at the start, so try to go for a more conservative start, and that's not too bad, although just kind of sent it up the inside of all the cars, but it did end up going a little bit too deep, so I'm in 3rd. Oh, there's contact there. I'm getting shoved by my teammate. So, flat, flat, flat. That shouldn't be flat. This one. Push relatively aggressively. This one is a little bit 4th. This one 3rd. Catching the cars ahead. Sat right behind Rosberg now. Hopefully it won't break too early. Oh, that was actually my bad. I lost a lot of time because of that. Gear ratio should be a little bit longer. So it's actually a lot harder to lock your front wheels, I've noticed so far, compared to 2011. Like through here you have to be really careful on the brakes. Get a lot of feedback noise. Sounds weird. I think that's people going over the... Yeah, it'll be people going over the curbs. The track looks a hell of a lot better than previous years. Yep. Just about managing to save that one. And the start-finish line is in a different place. It's actually at the beginning of the start-finish straight, which is good. It's in the right place. That's actually really quite interesting. Get quite a lot of understeer through the slower corners. Obviously, mechanical grip ain't all there. So much quicker through here than the AI. As you can see, pulled a gap right out to Rosberg. Get a little bit too deep.
Fuel is looking okay, but we'll keep an eye on it.
Forgot about that. It's much quicker going in a straight line. Completely missed the braking point. So it cost me a couple of paces, so the off-track mechanic is still there, which isn't good. Never really liked it. So it is possible to still lock up through that section. Braked a little bit harder than I usually do with all that. Oh, too early. I got rid of that corner cutting warning. That was on the outside of that corner, which is good, just about outside DRS of Rosberg here. Rosberg getting quite a bit of a wiggle on. So the mirrors are slightly different for each car, I'm noticing that straight away. Very aggressive over that curb. Again over that one. Breaking out the waypoint this time. Trying to get that car straightened up. Use Kez. Got the DRS. I'm going to hit the limiter really early on this. Actually, it's not too bad. Managed to get slowed down this time, but not quite enough. Still got slowed down off track.
That's Rosberg, go for the overtake.
Oh dear, I locked out the outside front right turn. Oh, DRS down here as well, I forgot about that. So still quite a bit to learn. Still quite a few differences from F1 2012. Yeah, you can push a lot harder through there than you could in 2012, and as you can see, closing the gap up to Rosberg by a couple of tenths in that sector. I have a slight advantage by watching people like Alex Gillian's videos. He's been putting an awful lot in the period between Monday and obviously the release date. This Monday was when the embargo was lifted, Jesus. So yeah, I've been able to watch a load of those videos and kind of get a good sense of the handling. Like, I know you can't go full throttle off the start finish line. Same with the slower corners, because your wheels just spin. So trying to apply that here and there. Not quite going full throttle, accelerating out of corners, which is something that I did in 2012 anyway, and I think that's probably getting it all wrong through there. Where the time difference between me, Alex Gillian, and say Ben and a couple of the other ARL guys came from that, and also setups I don't like using, like 1-1 wings. 1111 other stuff. So probably losing time through that as well. Getting an awful lot of wheel spin coming out of these corners. Tyres are nearing our shot now though, because obviously tyre scaling is back. It makes its return, which will certainly make online racing a lot more interesting. Again, taking that curve way too aggressively. And again, locking that outside. Front right. Leaving a nice big fat number 11. As we go across the start finish line, finishing third, which is alright. It's not great. I probably could have won that race if I actually properly concentrated. But
that's a great third place. Congratulations.
Never mind.
15
I'm
points.
actually getting 80 FPS right here. So what did I do? 138. That was 3 tenths off the pace. That was probably around the second or third lap when I started getting DRS. So, and cutscenes are pretty much the same. I guess that kind of looks like Fernando Alonso inside that crash helmet. Well, cutscenes are longer. They do a little bit of a handshake with the engineers and pit crew, which is cool. And I'm going to wrap it up there for this video. As you can see, the Legend AI is a fair bit better than previous years. It's a little bit tougher. Obviously, I wasn't concentrating. I probably wasn't going as quickly as I could have done. I reckon I could have won that race. But obviously, trying to talk to you guys and also making a few mistakes and also testing a few things here and there, like trying to be aggressive over the curves just to see how much it does unsettle the car. Also, locking up wheels and basically just getting used to accelerating out of the corners less aggressively than 2012. So a few things just slow me down a little bit, but I reckon in a couple of races, in a race or two's time, I'll probably end up winning races. But it is an improvement over last year. They're still a little bit slow in places and give up places relatively easily. But as you saw in the last couple of laps, they actually started, well, Rosberg and the Red Bull, I believe it was Vettel, started pulling away. So pretty impressive stuff, some nice improvements over 2012. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. I think I got one more part to this whole first look process, and unfortunately it's not a live commentary, but it is a look at the classic car content. So for this video, please give it a rating. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for the next video coming, and also more F1 2013 content coming in the future. I hope to see you soon, guys. Take care.